Back to this discussion that's dominating the political landscape right now of the debt and the deficit and big government, big spending, big deficits, as you described it yesterday in your speech. Really, there need not be a disconnect between that debate and a national security debate, because the two are really linked, are they not? I mean, our national security very much depends on our economic security, doesn't it?
Indeed. And vice versa. Our international security, it creates the environment where we can have the kind of opportunity and prosperity that can help this country and the American people. The debt and the deficit are at an all-time high. The idea that you can balance the federal budget off of the Defense Department, of course, is just not correct. What's happened here is the lid has been taken off. The spending has been excessive, and the task simply is to make the tough decisions that the people in the Congress are now wrestling with. And the reason they're wrestling with them is because the American people have told them to. The American people made a set of decisions. They said, look, we're worried about this. We're worried about the country and what we're doing, and there's no way the country can spend itself into prosperity. No country's ever done it, and we can't do it. And if we model ourselves after socialist countries and countries that have not paid attention to their responsibilities with respect to debt and deficits, then we will suffer just as those countries have suffered.
You joked yesterday that you've been around government long enough to remember when we only worried about socialism being a threat from outside the country.
That's true.
And outside the United States. Do I take that to mean that whether it's the Tea Party movement or folks just generally that have sent that signal about wanting a change in this country are right to be worried about this administration's socialist strains?
Oh, I think there's no question but that the energy that the Tea Party and the American people, in some cases independents, in some cases Democrats, but certainly Republicans, have all said to government, look, stop it. It's going too far. We have to be responsible. We can't spend our way into prosperity. We simply must make choices. We can't have everything. And I think that the message got through. I think the members of Congress are concerned. And in the last analysis, they have to report to the American people. And in another 2 years, they'll have to go back to the American people. And either they will have lived up to the promises or they won't. Unfortunately, the administration is on a tack, a direction that is not respectful of the importance of fiscal responsibility.
Is that because they prefer socialism, in your view?
Oh, who knows what label is a property? But clearly, they want a bigger role for government, a smaller role for the private sector. And anyone who looks at our history knows that the energy, the job creation does not come from government. It comes from the private sector. Indeed, it doesn't even come from big companies. It comes from small and medium-sized countries. Either we create an environment in this country that's hospitable to investment, to application, to energy, and to enterprise, or we don't. If we do, our country will be an enormous success. If we fail to create that kind of an environment, and instead we opt for bigger government, and government pushing out the private sector, we will suffer, the American people will suffer, job creation will suffer, and our role in the world will suffer.